Hey everybody, we're about to speak in the week of 2. And welcome back. My name is Mikeworth. And if you are new to the 12-week year accountability group, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad if you are someone that tried it, got a little spooky, came back, that's you. We're glad you're here. If you are someone that tried it a couple of times, took a break and came back, we're glad to see you. And if you're somebody who's still thinking about it, you should join us because it's pretty fabulous. So my name is Mikeworth, and I, of course, am your hostess with the mostest with the 12-week year accountability group. The 12-week year is a book, and it is a book with a lot of information. Now, I'm a business strategist. That's what I do in my real life. I do a lot of math, and today I do a lot of gardening, which is why you get me in this, because I'm working on my goals too. So just as you're working on yours, I am too. And in week 2, we really, this week, are going to focus on the why. Not the how, the why. And it's in your materials. And even if you've done this a whole bunch of times, and it's a goal you've been working on, I'm really going to challenge you to go back to your why. Because if you started a goal that was real vague and that you kind of were doing things on it and you really weren't as accountable as you maybe wanted to be, you've grown, and it's time to look at that. So if you just had a major health goal with a bunch of drop-down menus, I would really look at your why. And because something happens with a why. And the thing that happens with a why is that, especially if you've got one that you maybe have been holding back here somewhere, and just haven't been able to take it on, and now you're like, yeah, I'm gonna bring it to 12-week year, and Mickey will help me get it done. Well, that's true, but that isn't always about what this feeling or emotion is back here. So like, hey, sometimes it gets stuck right here, and we just don't know what to do with it. So when you're thinking about your why, a lot of times people stay really vague because they don't want to get back here to the thing that actually is kind of a rumbly jumbly bit of a mess. So if you have a rumbly jumbly pile of mess and it's suddenly right here in front of you, and we're going to try to sort through it, and it makes you cry, or it feels hard, or you feel like a failure, or whatever, lighten up. That's my goal. Lighten up. Get at whatever part of your goal that you can get to. And a lot of times that's pulling it down to a foundational goal. And we'll talk about those as well. But a lot of times people don't actually, until you do something, you kind of don't know how to do it. So sometimes I just don't know how to do something. So I took on, well, let's look at my dirty hair self. My mess of a self, which is, right, 3 years ago, that's 3 seasons now, that I'm like, I'm gonna have a peace garden. And I went into a yard, I took pictures, I was like, this is my yard. Now, I actually have 3 yards, and all of them I love. And I've worked in them in various capacities over the last 20 years. But the house that I live in, I had to know my why, and I just felt like I didn't get anything done. Like the first year, and then, okay, well, it's a wrap. Okay, next year, okay, it's a wrap. It was better, but it's a wrap. And now I came in this year, and I mean, I had planted all these bulbs. The squirrels ate them. I had all these plans for some heirloom plants, which did really good. And I didn't realize, like, I am tired. Like, why is this so hard in this yard? And then I went to my why. And I went, well, let me break it down. And then I realized, oh, I live on a corner. I have 8 actual planting beds and 16 areas within those planting beds. And I had a lot to do. And it's just me as a hobby. So it was unpacking it. Like, why is this hard? Okay, well, let me map it out. And so sometimes as you're looking at your why, I'm gonna let you really look at why does this feel hard? And why do I want it so bad? Like, why do I want this thing? And I had to kind of go like, why do I want this thing? And, it's really important. We've had a peace garden here for 3 years, and people come and actually they sit out here. They wheel their kids by, they pray in my front yard. And that's meaningful to me. And that's meaningful to me. I've had people stop their cars and go thank you so much for that. And even one of my daughters, who never has anything really nice to say about anything that I have, just goes, well, it looks so good there. And I was like, oh, you think this looks good? And it must look good if she thought so. So it was like, okay, I'm 3 years in on that goal because I can only plant once a year. I can manage it, and then it's a seasonal goal. But as I look at my own goals, especially ones that I kind of keep coming back to, like if you have something that you're doing a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, you come back with a different perspective. So the first year I'm like, yeah, let's do this. And I really thought I could get my whole yard done. No. Then year 2, I'm like, yeah, let's get this. Boy, why is this so hard? And now I'm in year 3 and I'm like, let me figure out why this is so hard. So when you're looking at your why, my original why was very different. I just wanted it to be cool and fun, and I wanted to love it. But when I got to this year, my why was, I really do want people to enjoy the peace in the peace garden. And when I watch little kids stop and mommy, look, people, it's crazy. I'm sure there's 20 people a day that stop in front of my yard to look at the flowers that are very interesting and very awkward, because it doesn't look like a normal yard. Now, does it look perfect to me? No, it is a mess. Any gardener friend would be like, this is a mess. And it is. But it's going. It's in process. And a good garden takes 20 years. So there's a lot going on. So when you're looking at your why, I want you to kind of think about, right? What is your reason today? What is the piece that you can grab at? My why this year on the garden totally changed. My why is, let me find a place of peace in my own peace garden. How about that? And so if I can get 30 minutes out there, I'm going to do 30 minutes. If I can get 2 hours, I'll do 2 hours. If I get tired, I'm going inside. So when you're thinking about week 2, what I want you to think about is your why. And sometimes your why is this hateful? Why is this hurtful? Why is this hard? Why do I not like this? Why do I avoid it? Why? It will help you. And then there's the why of, this is the reason I want this. And for me, when it comes to the peace garden, it really makes me happy that people will take a minute and look at flowers that they don't see anyone else's yard, that they are available for everyone. And it is the same concept we did with our holiday tree, that we put our holiday tree outside for the world to enjoy. And it's gigantic, and it takes all day to put up, and my husband does all this effort, and that's his give to everyone at that time. And this is my give to the community, to myself, to everyone else. So as you're thinking through your goals, think about all the parts of your why. And I think you'll find something magical. And every time I look at my goals a little bit differently, a little bit softer, a little bit kinder, a little more gentle, I get to a place that's a lot more honest for me. And that's really what I'm hoping for you, is to really trust that there's an honesty for you of just showing up, and showing up is enough. And I think that's the advice that, for those of you who were new this year, that you heard loud and clear from everyone else. Just show up. Just show up. Even if you didn't get all your work done. Even if you didn't, get all the worksheet finished, just show up. Because that's part of learning a new skill, is how do you do it? How do you do it even when you don't feel like doing it? How do you do it when you don't know your why? And you'll find your why, and you'll find that your why changes. And that's my permission slip to you, is you can change. That if it's not working for you, if you try it on for 3 weeks and you hate your goals and you hate your stuff, we're going to throw them away and you can start new ones. So there's no tethering here. There's no grading that other people are going to give you. You get to grade yourself, and that part's fun. All right. I'll see you in class. Bye.